The universe is one bubble away from total annihilation, and I'm about to prove it using the most terrifying physics discovery that makes existence itself unstable. Right now, you think reality is solid and permanent. You believe that the laws of physics, the structure of space and time, and the existence of matter are fixed features of the universe. But here's the truth that will demolish everything you believe about the stability of existence itself. Reality might be fake stable. The entire universe could be sitting in a false vacuum that could collapse without warning and erase everything that ever existed. Not just you, not just Earth, not just the galaxy. Everything. Every star, every planet, every particle, every moment of history, all of it could be annihilated in a bubble of destruction expanding at the speed of light. And there would be no warning, no escape, no survivors. But it gets worse. Much worse. This isn't science fiction or doomsday speculation. This is cutting-edge physics that reveals the universe might be fundamentally unstable, balanced on a knife's edge between existence and total obliteration. The vacuum of space, what you think of as empty nothingness, might not be the lowest possible energy state. It might be a false vacuum, temporarily stable but ready to collapse into a true vacuum that would rewrite the laws of physics and destroy everything we know. Feynman's quantum field theory reveals this terrifying possibility about the nature of reality itself. As explored in QED, the strange theory of light and matter, the vacuum isn't actually empty, it's filled with quantum fields that could exist in multiple energy states. If our vacuum is in a false minimum rather than the true ground state, then the entire universe is sitting in an unstable configuration that could collapse into a lower energy state at any moment. And when that happens, everything ends forever. But here's what will break your brain completely. The collapse wouldn't start everywhere at once. It would begin as a tiny bubble of true vacuum, smaller than an atom, where the false vacuum randomly fluctuates into the stable configuration. But this bubble wouldn't stay small. The true vacuum inside would have different physical laws, different particle masses, different fundamental constants. The boundary between true and false vacuum would expand outward at the speed of light, converting everything it touches into the new physics. You wouldn't see it coming. The bubble of destruction would approach you at light speed, which means the first sign of its arrival would be your instantaneous annihilation. One moment you'd be living your normal life. The next moment there would be no next moment. You, your thoughts, your memories, your entire reality would be erased so completely that there would be no trace you ever existed. But wait, there's something even more terrifying about vacuum decay. The new universe created by the true vacuum might not support any form of complexity. The fundamental constants that allow atoms to form, stars to shine, and life to exist might be completely different in the true vacuum state. Even if something survived the transition, which it wouldn't, the new physics might make chemistry impossible, nuclear fusion impossible, or even prevent protons from existing at all. The universe that emerges from vacuum decay might be nothing but a cold, empty space filled with elementary particles that can never combine into anything more complex than individual quarks floating in perfect isolation. Everything that makes reality interesting, beautiful, or meaningful could be permanently impossible in the true vacuum state. The collapse wouldn't just end our universe, it would end the possibility of any universe capable of supporting structure, complexity, or consciousness. But it gets even more mind-bending when you realize what this means for the nature of existence itself. If vacuum decay is possible, then every moment you experience existing is statistically miraculous. The fact that you're alive to read these words means that so far no quantum fluctuation anywhere in the observable universe has triggered the collapse. But quantum mechanics is fundamentally probabilistic. Vacuum decay isn't a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Every moment that passes increases the probability that somewhere in the vast universe a critical fluctuation will occur. Right now, as you read this sentence, quantum processes throughout the universe are randomly fluctuating. Most of these fluctuations are tiny and harmless, but any one of them could be the trigger that starts the final collapse. The next quantum fluctuation could be the one that ends everything. The one after that could be the final lottery ticket that destroys all possible lottery tickets forever. You're not just mortal, you're part of a universe that's mortal, and that could die completely and permanently at any moment through pure quantum chance. According to Feynman's understanding of quantum mechanics, this creates a disturbing picture of cosmic existence. The universe isn't just expanding and cooling toward heat death over billions of years. It's potentially one quantum event away from immediate, total, irreversible destruction. Every scientific discovery, every work of art, every love story, every human achievement exists in a reality that could be erased so completely that there would be no record, no memory, no trace that any of it ever happened. But here's what really shatters your understanding of cosmic stability and meaning. The scariest part about vacuum decay isn't that it could happen, it's that it might have already happened in parts of the universe we can't observe yet. Right now, bubbles of true vacuum might be expanding from distant regions of space, racing toward us at light speed. We wouldn't know they exist until they reach us, and by then it would be too late to know anything at all. The night sky you see could be the last few moments of false vacuum stability in our local region of space. Those distant stars might already be gone, erased by expanding bubbles of true vacuum that are still traveling toward Earth. Your entire experience of a stable, ongoing universe could be the final moments before annihilation reaches your location and ends everything you've ever known or could ever know. But there's one final revelation about vacuum decay that will destroy everything you think you know about safety and permanence. Even if our vacuum is stable, even if vacuum decay never happens naturally, the universe's fundamental instability means that sufficiently advanced civilizations might accidentally trigger the collapse through high-energy physics experiments. Every time scientists probe the fundamental structure of reality with particle accelerators or exotic physics experiments, they're potentially poking at the vacuum stability that keeps existence possible. The more we learn about the universe, the more we risk destabilizing the quantum fields that make learning possible. Knowledge itself might be an existential threat to the stability of existence. As Feynman explored in The Character of Physical Law, this reveals something disturbing about the relationship between consciousness and cosmic stability. Intelligent life might be the universe's way of accidentally discovering how to destroy itself. The fact that we're capable of understanding vacuum decay might mean we're approaching the level of technological capability that could trigger it. Consciousness and cosmic destruction might be inevitably linked through the physics of vacuum instability. But here's the most terrifying possibility of all. If vacuum decay destroys everything so completely that there's no trace it ever happened, then it might have already happened infinite times in infinite universes. We might be living in one of the few remaining pockets of false vacuum stability in an infinite cosmos that has mostly already collapsed into true vacuum nothingness. Right now, you might be part of an incredibly rare, incredibly temporary bubble of complexity and consciousness floating in an infinite ocean of true vacuum where nothing interesting can ever happen again. Let's return to where we started. The universe is one bubble away from total annihilation. Does that make sense now? You're not living in a stable, permanent reality. You're living in a potentially unstable configuration of quantum fields that could collapse into a state where nothing like you could ever exist again. Every moment you experience is borrowed time in a universe that might be fundamentally temporary, held together by quantum stability that could fail at any instant. Tomorrow, when you worry about personal problems, remember, you're experiencing what it feels like to exist in a universe that could end so completely that your worries, your solutions, and even the concept of problems would be erased from the structure of reality itself. You're not just mortal, you're part of a cosmos that's mortal, balanced on the edge of an abyss that could swallow everything that ever was or could be. The universe itself is living on borrowed time, and somehow, impossibly, that borrowed time has figured out how to worry about its own impermanence through the temporary emergence of consciousness in an unstable reality. That might be the most incredible and terrifying discovery in physics. But here's the most disturbing part of all. If vacuum decay is inevitable given infinite time, then every conscious moment you experience is not just borrowed, it's stolen from a universe that's destined to end. Every laugh, every discovery, every connection you make with another person is happening in defiance of cosmic physics that wants to erase the possibility of laughing, discovering, or connecting from the fundamental structure of reality. You're not just living, you're rebellion against the universe's tendency toward absolute simplicity, absolute emptiness, absolute silence. Right now, your thoughts are quantum processes that shouldn't be possible in a cosmos trending toward vacuum decay. Your consciousness is complexity that exists in opposition to the simplifying forces that could eliminate complexity forever. The fact that you can think about vacuum decay means you're part of a temporary pocket of organized energy that's maintaining itself against cosmic forces that want to reduce everything to the simplest possible state. But quantum mechanics suggests that all temporary states eventually transition to permanent states. Your consciousness, your planet, your galaxy, everything organized and complex, might be fighting a battle against simplification that it cannot ultimately win. The universe isn't just expanding toward heat death over trillions of years. It might be poised to collapse into a state simpler than heat death, a state where even the possibility of heat exists only as a memory that can never be remembered because memory itself becomes impossible. This creates a profound question about the meaning of existence in a potentially unstable universe. If everything could end without trace, does anything matter? Or does the possibility of total annihilation make everything matter more? Does the temporary nature of existence make every moment infinitely precious because it could be the last? Your life isn't just brief, it's potentially brief compared to the next quantum fluctuation that could end time itself. The universe is one bubble away from total annihilation, and yet impossibly, beautifully, terrifyingly, you're still here to contemplate that possibility. That might be the most miraculous thing that could happen in an unstable cosmos.